Hello and welcome to all the Waited to Win fans out there. We really hope that we find you in good spirits. It's a new week, new chances, and let's hope that we can start off with a bang, being this Monday. We're out at the Turffontein race course. We're on the stand side track, and just a reminder again about the social media strap. Pop us a message. We'd love to improve the product, and we'd love to engage with you more importantly. In advance, I'm going to apologize for the voice and the sniffing. We have come down with a bit of flu, but we'll box on through. I've got Darren Burrows as well as Daryl Marie to help us in the studio today, and they're upbeat about today's program, so hopefully we can make some good money. I'm going to start with Darren Burrows on the line. Darren, warm welcome to you. I know that it wasn't a bad weekend of punting for you, and we're looking forward to this Turffontein program.
Yes, Brandon, I thought we had quite a good weekend. You know, our best bet did arrive, being Silvano's Dasher on the Saturday. Sunday didn't go too bad. Starting in race 1, I really am in the camp of Mother of Pearl. Now, this filly had no right to run such a good race over 1,000 meters as she moved up and just got out-sprinted late. Stroke of Mercy, we saw come out of there and win very comfortably. And I think that form, and with natural improvement up in trip, I think she'll have the measure of Phantom of the Forest, my second choice.
All right, yeah, there we go. The money's poured on like water over here. I see 9 to 10 now. Number 9, Mother of Pearl. Number 1, Phantom of the Forest at 2 to 1. And it's 8 to 1 in better bar those. Daryl, good to have you back in the studio. I know that not a bad weekend of racing. We're still looking to recover. What are we going to do in the first? 9 to 10, the source going to be hard to beat.
Brandon, I see things slightly differently in the first race. I'm just using Stroke of Mercy as the line horse. Now, Stroke of Mercy was beaten by Phantom of the Forest, and and Mother of Pearl was beaten by Stroke of Mercy. So in a line through Stroke of Mercy, I think Phantom of the Forest could have the edge over Mother of Pearl, but there's no doubt she's got more scope for improvement. Phantom of the Forest has been disappointing on more than one occasion. So I do believe it's a racing 2. Number 3, Air Fusion, has got a lot of scope for improvement. On debut, was beaten by quite some distance, but the winner on that occasion trotted up, I think, close on 5 lengths. So he's got scope for natural improvement. So I'm going to say 1, 9, 3 in that order. There is a comment with regards to number 7. I see there has been some anti-post support for him. Will need, but include in quartets.
All right, so there we go. Let's go and see what we're doing in terms of selections. It is the first race. We do start off the bar pot over here at 12:30. And I see Darren Burrows has gone and all to come. Mother of Pearl into total protection. So that's the all to come that we're going to take in the first. All right, so we're going to have a look at that bar pot as well. They've been kind enough to help us with the bar pot. Daryl Marie's going to bank a number 1, Phantom of the Forest, who's 2 to 1 in the market. By the big F field in the second leg, by 1, 2, 6, 7, 9, by 1 and 2, by 1, 7, 9, by 3 and 4, and the spend is 360 Rand. All right, so we move along. We go to the first leg of the place accumulator, and I tell you, there's been a lot of anti-post support over here for a horse called Total Protection, who's now 14 to 10. 2 flashy Apaches at 5 to 2, and it's 6 to 1 in better bar those. Let's go to Darren Burrows. Darren, I know you're very strong on the source Total Protection. I thought ran a very good race last time out. All the antics down at the start. Obviously, the pace wasn't on. Then they switched it on. So this horse probably found himself a bit closer to the pace than ideal, but big runner in this field.
Brandon, this horse should win. Last time out, he had no right to run third. He was under sufferance plus half a kilo. And he stayed on at the finish. He caught Red Saxon, a Grade 1 winner on the post. He was 2 lengths behind the Summer Cup winner. With 55 kilos, no penalty last time out, I really believe he should win.
All right, so short and sweet. Yep, Total Protection. He does look like the horse that they all need to beat. Like I say, things didn't go according to plan last time out, and I'm sure the yard looking for a big run. Daryl, let's chat about Total Protection. Having a look at this individual, I know the yard's been a little bit quiet of late. Obviously, they went down to Cape Town. I believe some of those horses have come back already. But all things being equal, if he's ready to rock and roll, certainly can win.
I think that's my biggest concern, the yard's well-being currently. You know, they've got very high standards, but they've had 2 or 3 fancied runners on the half-fault that have run dismal, but well below par recently, in my opinion. So that's the only reason why I backed this horse up. I don't like the look of the race, Brendan. If you strictly go on a line through Platinum Sky, you can have a look at number 1, Express from the US. He received 1.5 kilograms. He was beaten by 2 lengths. Then you got the favorite Total Protection, who received 5.5 kilograms and beat it by 2 lengths. So on a line through Platinum Sky, there shouldn't be much separating Total Protection and Express from the US. Then Twin Turbo, that stable's come back to form. He's only got 49 kilograms to shoulder. It looks like he's going to get a very easy lead up front. I don't believe there's any other likely pace setters. So I'm wary of this race. That's all. That's where I'm going to leave it.
All right, yeah. Like I say, obviously they are professionals, and these guys study form, and they do like a bit of Total Protection over here. Darren Burrows is labelled Total Protection, if I can put it like that, whereas Daryl Marie probably thinks it's more open than that. So being the first leg of the PA, let's go and see what we're doing in terms of these selections. Field in the first leg for Daryl Marie, so he's going to go with all 6 horses, by 1, 2, 6, 7 and 9, by Banker 1, by Banker 7, by Banker 4, by 2, 4 and 6, by 6, 9, 10 and 11, and the spend is 360 Rand. So we move along, we go to the first leg of the pick 6, and Vartelius is your short price favourites over here at 12 to 10. 1, Give Me a Diamond at 6 to 1, and at 7 to 1 in better bar those. We're going to go straight to Darren Burrows. Darren, what are we doing with this favourites? Is this the one that we can have a punt on?
No, Brandon. I thought I'm covering him. You know, I don't like a horse debuting in blinkers. I don't know how much they can come on from run 1 to run 2. He started 20 to 1 on debut, ran above expectations, running second. He's definitely one to include and a horse to beat. But I would include horses like Marquez. Now, this horse was highly regarded. On debut, they expected a massive run, and he got beat by 7 lengths. But we've seen that form line franked numerous times behind Sea and the Conqueror. And then touching on Lord Nelson, he was right alongside Marquez behind Sea and the Conqueror, and then followed that up with 6 lengths off Winter Greeting. So I believe 7 and 8 are open to improvement. And then stepping out, on his day, he's very capable of winning a maiden, but he has been running a little bit below par.
All right, yeah. So Darren Burrows of the opinion maybe the market got it a bit wrong at 12 to 10. I'm going to go to Daryl Marie. Daryl, your opinion on this race? I think there's 1 or 2 that are looking to improve. Stepping out, being gelded, and the yard's really turned.
Yeah, good to see David's yard turn. I've always liked David as a trainer. He gets the best out of his horses. I mean, look at Flying First Class, how well he's done with her. So I'm really keen to see how he goes as a gelding. This horse at 12 to 10, I don't believe he's going to trade anywhere near that price. He'll double in odds close to race time. I don't think anyone's going to be taking under 5 to 2. I'm very wary over that form line. I think it's suspect. So I'll play to beat him. Number 1 of year, Give Me a Diamond. Now, he was on the back foot from the jump in that work rider event. He lost ground at the start. Penultimate start, he went way too quick with the blinkers. He's better than his recent form. So I've got a slight preference for number 1 in this race, Give Me a Diamond.
All right, some nice value over there at about 5, 6 to 1. And yeah, both the guys agree that maybe the 12 to 10 are a bit short about Vartelius over here. So there's value to be had. Let's go and see what we're doing with selections. It is the first leg of the pick 6, 2, 7, 8 and 9 for Darren Burrows. So he's gone 2, 7, 8 and 9 in leg 1. Leg 2, 1 and 2. Leg 3, 7, 8, 9, 11. By 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and 9. By Banker 4. And then Field at the back. And the spend is 3,264 Rand. We're on to the first jackpot, and what a race it promises to be. I see Under Your Spell is your 19 to 10 favourite. That's number 1. 2 Humdingers at 2 to 1. 9 to 2, number 3 Hollywood Bound, and it's 10 to 1 in better bar those. I'm going to go to Darren Burrows on the line. Darren, great race, Turffontein race number 4. Are you in the camp of Under Your Spell?
I am narrowly. You know, Humdinger does hold her on that last run, but she had every chance from the draw where Under Your Spell was drawn deep at 12 and she had no luck in running. She was staying on very strongly. Now, Under Your Spell's 2 kilos better off with Humdinger, and they both got decent enough draws So I'm favouring Under Your Spell narrowly over Humdinger, and I've only played the 2 horses.
Yeah, I think there should be more than enough in the exotics. Let's get the opinion of Daryl Marie. Daryl, Under Your Spell had a lot of ground to make up last time out. I mean, they didn't really have an option from that deep barrier gate. But I think today you're going to see a different horse.
Absolutely. In a small field, she shouldn't have much ground to make up. She's going to be dropped out and be given a chance once again. But she can really turn it on when she's at her best. So I'm favouring her over Humdinger. I think the pace will certainly be on of here with Eternal Life carrying 52 kilograms from a 1 draw. I think she's going to be off like a dirty shirt. And Humdinger could just possibly slot in behind her, get the run of the race. For trifectas and quartets, I think number 4, Supreme Quest, has to be included. You know, this filly has been very disappointing. Last time out, she came out slow. She jumps on terms. I think she's the trifecta inclusion of here, but in order 1 from 2. I think the weights, be with weights over here. Under Your Spell's best in, and I think she'll come up trumps.
All right. Yeah. I'll tell you what, my producer was excited when they heard Daryl Marie say off like a dirty shirt. So all the best to them. Maybe a few promises behind the scenes. But let's go and have a look at selections. Let's see what we're doing over here. 1 and 2 in jackpot 1. First leg, 1 and 2. Second leg, 7, 8, 9, 11. By 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and 9. By bank of 4. And the spend is 48 Rand. Turffontein race number 5, and this is where jackpot 2 starts, and quite an open race. I'm going to give you an indication as to what the market's doing. Favourite at the moment is Rule by Force, a very nice horse on the Joey Soma yard. Number 9 at 3 to 1. The 2 Fast Love is at 6 to 1. 3 JP 2000 at 6 to 1, and at 7 to 1 in Better Bar. Those. All right, so we're going to go to Darren Burrows on the line. Darren, very open race. Obviously, Rule by Force always been held in high regard, but there does look to be some value elsewhere.
Yes, Rule by Force. Now, he'll enjoy a fast pace. So if there is a decent pace in the race, he's going to be staying on very strongly with big strides. Ignatius could be value. Now, this horse didn't stay in his last 2 starts. I saw him over 1,800. He moved up to a point. Then they tried him 2,000. Fun, nothing. He's probably the best over a mile, but the 14 on the standside track at 12 to 1, I wouldn't ignore Ignatius. Trident King won a good race last time out and should be competitive. And of the rest, Destiny of Souls, he looks to be coming on again, and I think he's got ability on his day.
Yeah, by no means a clean-cut race. I think there's lots of value to be had over here, and we're going to get the input of Daryl Marie as well. Daryl, very open race. I mean, there's a few hard hitters over here. I was just looking at this horse, Trident King. I was super impressed the way he won last time.
Yeah, I can't believe his current odds. He's 7 to 1.
7 to 1.
That's way overpriced. I've got no doubts he's going to shorten in the market come race time. You know, yeah, you got an improving 4-year-old son of Pathwalk in cracking form. It appears as if he's going to get the run of the race because I believe Fast Love is going to push forward, and he's got a neat draw. So if he sits up second with the run of the race, I certainly wouldn't be surprised to see him go back to back. I thought he won with a lot in hand last time out. Going through the 400, Musi was just sitting on him, and he picked him up inside that final 150, and he kicked. So if he can just reproduce a similar effort to that, he's going to be my top pick. I respect Rule by Force. He's an improving 3-year-old, but he's going to have to give him Trident King some start because from his 8 draw, I don't believe they're going to change tactics. They'll give him a chance and he'll be doing his best work late. That runner-up, Future Wolf, has run 3 placings since then. So he's a consistent sort, and Rule by Force has certainly got more to offer. I think Baysway from a 1 draw this time round has got a chance of reversing the form with Fast Love because I think he's better on this track compared to Fast Love. I think he's more classic or inside track horse. So Baysway for trifectas.
All right. Yeah, very open race. Let's go and see what we're doing in terms of selections over here. It is the start of jackpot 2, and Daryl Marie gone 1, 7 and 9 in the first leg, by 3 and 4, by field, by 6, 7, 9, 10, 11, 13, and the spend's only 252 Rand. Turffontein race number 6, and this is probably the most open race on the program. I see 4-1 favourites are 2 Last Year, 3 Liverpool Legend, and the 4 Go Flickety. 7-1 and better bar those. I'm going to go straight to Darren Burrows. Darren, have you found us some value over here?
Yes, I believe Daryl and I have fallen on the same horse here. Good value at around 9-2, Go Flickety. Now, Keegan DeMello takes the ride. He did win on her. Last time out, you can put an absolute line through her run. She got trapped 4 deep around the bend, over 2,400 meters. And the final 300, she had absolutely nothing left. She drops back to the 2,000. I think in this type of company, she's got that come-on look about her. And I think she'll take some beating. Last Year will be the danger dropping in class.
All right, yep. St. John Gray seems to have a strong hand over here. Daryl Marie, help us, because I need all the help in the world. It's not an easy race. Obviously, horses like Last Year, Liverpool Legend, they're hard hitters. I mean, they're there every time you back them. They'll give you a run for your money.
Yeah, but they're in their place. Yeah, you got Liverpool Legend. She's a 5-year-old mare. She's had her day in the sun. But she's going to run a decent race once again. You know, Gavin, I'm sure, is very keen to get her into the winner's enclosure. I went back in her record and he's run a good couple of placings on her. He's yet to win on her. Last time out, she was a bit too handy. I think with a more patient ride, she'll be thereabouts. But I've looked at this race time and time again, and I think Go Flickety is very close to a good thing of year. Like Darren touched on last time out, you could just put a line through her effort, and in this lineup I'll be very disappointed to see her get beat, because she does have more to offer, and I don't think we've certainly seen the best of her yet. So I'm going to say 4 from 3, but I'm very, very bullish along with Darren Burrows with regards to number 4 Go Flickety.
Beautiful stuff. There's lots of value to be had with Go Flickety, and perhaps we'll shorten up race time. Let's go and see what we're doing with selections over here. Race number 6, we're going to go win and Go Flickety. I know they've always thought quite a bit of this individual, and at about 4-1 in the market. Keegan DeMello drawn 2 will be there for nothing. So this is the value when it comes to race 6. All right, so we move along to the penultimate, and it's a very small field. There's been a few scratchings over here when it comes to Turffontein and race number 7. The market is your favourite, 18-10, number 4, Trump My Queen, who won a very good race last time out. Number 5, Dark Travel at 5-2, and it's 7-2 and better bar those. All right, Darren Burrows, Trump My Queen. I know you liked a bit of this last time out. Are we going with her again?
I do believe she's the horse to beat in this lineup. You know, last time out, they took the blinkers off. They dropped her in towards the back of the field, and she accelerated past them late. So she was given a nice patient ride for a change without the blinkers on. And I think that brought her back to best. So off her current rating, I still believe she's off a winning mark, and she should take some beating in a small field.
Yeah, I think the way she quickened up last time out was a very good win. I think the key in that particular race, there was a bit of pace. I don't know if we're going to get as much of pace in this particular race. We'll go and ask Daryl Marie. Daryl, I mean, looking at the race, there doesn't seem to be too much speed over here.
Yes, and that's why I give number 6 Mirren a chance of year. You know, she's a big, strong daughter of Mambo in Seattle. She can be a galloper at times, and I think if Musi takes a forward position of year, she could prove very hard to pick back. But, you know, Trump My Queen finally bounced back to her best last time out. Like Darren touched on, they took the blinkers off, they gave her a chance, and she showed a good turn of foot. At the weights, she's 2.5 kilograms worse off with Dark Travel, and 2 kilograms worse off with Stunning Kitten. So it should bring them slightly closer together. But I like the way she turned it on, and I think now that she's got a little bit of confidence behind her, she could go back to back. But Mirren, if she goes forward and gets her own fractions up front, could be Trump My Queen's biggest danger.
Yep, Trump My Queen bounced straight back to best last time out, and they'll be looking to go bang, bang over here when it comes to race number 7. Let's go and look at those selections. What are the guys doing? Trump My Queen, that's going to be their win bet. Darren Burrows has gone straight win, and the current odds are 19-10. All right, the lucky last is upon us, and all things being equal, we should get underway at about 4. Market has 4-1 number 11 Power Ranger, who I've officially given up on. 4 Timbavati Rivers at 6-1, and at 7-1 in better bar those. Darren, are you going with Power Ranger? I'll tell you what, I've given more than a salary on this individual. Today it looks to be the right sort of race, but we keep saying that.
Agree. I've been for him on a number of occasions, and he'll quicken up so smartly. You think next time out he's a good thing, and he just runs a below par performance. He's got to go in. I would favour the outside draws here. So Timbavati River, Jet Cat, Power Ranger, Feather the Nest. I put the field in the pick 6 here.
Yeah, it doesn't look to be an easy race. Like I say, I've given up on Power Ranger. It seems like Darren Burrows has given up on Power Ranger. Maybe Daryl Marie can give him a lifeline. Are you in Power Ranger's camp?
Maybe one last chance. But one has to believe that he's very close to winning off his current mark. I mean, he's down to a 59. But yes, he's been very disappointing. Excuse me, Brandon. I like the look of number 6 over here, Jet Cat, the 7-year-old son by Trippy. His last 2 starts have been on a soft underfoot track. I think he's better on a firm course. And look at his rating. He's down to a 63 from a 78. I think off that mark, he could certainly feature over here. Don't be surprised to see him finishing the money. So I'm going to say a few wins on the 6, but go for the places. I think you'll be in the money, number 6, Jet Cat.
And the Fun of Vesta is in yard. I mean, they had that horse Earl the other day, wasn't it?
Touched off. Yes. Did Jeffrey ride that too,
Yes, that's right.
Yeah. So I think you'll be keen to get this one into the money.
And just quickly, Daryl, before we wrap up the show, Dr. Malandi Talliard's horse. This horse must be a big runner today, Dark Tide.
Yes.
Surely place value?
Absolutely. Last time out, you can just ignore his run. He got interfered with at the start. I think he's better when he's allowed to stride. And I think with that 2.5 kgs off his back once again, up front, he could prove competitive.
All right, yeah, it was great to see the doctor in the winner's enclosure with Pinch Hit the other day. Let's go and see what we're doing with selections. The lucky last, Jet Cat for Daryl Marie, and that's a nice place strike. I just want to see the current price about Jet Cat. I see in the market at the moment 25-1. Last race should get underway at 4:20.